Hello everyone, welcome to Interpersonal Competence Chapter 4, and in this chapter we will learn about cultural patterns and communication foundations. And what we will learn firstly, we will learn the cultural patterns, shared beliefs, values, norms, and social practices that are stable over time and that lead to roughly similar behaviors across similar situations are known as cultural patterns. Cultural patterns affect perceptions of competence, provide the basic set of standards that guide thought and action, and competence of cultural patterns, beliefs. A belief is an idea that people assume to be true about the world. Set of learned interpretations that form the base for cultural members to decide what is and what is not logical and correct. Values. Cultures differ not only in their beliefs but also in what they value. Values involve what a culture regards as good or bad, right or wrong. Norms, socially shared expectations of appropriate behaviors. Norms exist for a wide variety of behaviors. Social practices, predictable behaviors patterns that members of a culture typically follow. Social practices are the outward um, manifestations of beliefs, values, or norms. And characteristics of cultural patterns. The functions of cultural patterns. People in all cultures face common human problems for which they must find the solutions. The range of alternative solutions to a culture's problems is limited. Within a given culture, there will be preferred solutions, which most people within the culture will select. Over time, the preferred solution shape the culture's basic aspirations. An overview of cultural patterns generally have a preferred set of responses to the world. For each experience, there is a range of possible represents from which a culture selects its preferred response. Description of cultural patterns address the manner in which a culture orients itself to activities, social relations, the self, the world, and the passage of time. Activity orientation. An activity orientation defines how the people of a culture view human actions and the expression of self-role activities. To define activity orientation, cultures usually choose a point on the being, becoming, doing continuum. Social relation orientation. The social relation orientation describes how the people in cultural organize themselves and relate to one another. A social relation orientation can range from one that emphasizes differences and social hierarchy to the that strives for equality and the absence of hierarchy. And self-orientation. Self-orientation describes how people's identities are formed, what the culture views the self as changeable, what motivates individual action, and the kinds of people who are valued and represented. The source of motivation for human behavior is also part of culture's self-orientation. World orientation. Culture patterns also tell people how to locate themselves in relation to the spiritual world, nature, and other living things. The position that humans are separate and distant from nature is also associated with a belief that desire, poverty, and adversity can be overcome to achieve health and wealth. This spiritual and physical worlds can be viewed and as distinct or as one. Time orientation. The final aspect of cultural patterns concerns how people conceptualize time. Some cultures choose to describe the future, future as most important. Others emphasize the present, and still others emphasize the past. A culture's time orientation also suggests the pace of life. And cultural patterns and intercultural competence. There is strong relationship between the foundations of cultural patterns and intercultural competence. The patterns of culture create the filter through which all verbal and non-verbal symbols are interpreted. Cultural patterns form the basis for what's considered to be communicatively appropriate and effective. And thank you for watch this chapter. See you in the next chapter.